AULNU holds 112 biannual meeting. The need to leverage technology in revolutionizing universities' libraries towards enhancing users' experience was emphasized as the Association of University Librarians hold its 112 biannual meeting. The meeting, which is currently ongoing at the Conference Center, National Open University, Nigeria, Jabi, Abuja, theme revolutionizing university libraries through adoption of emerging technologies for enhanced users' experience, attracted participants and members from across universities in Nigeria.
In Lagos, and what we do is basically work with higher education in particular to help them to best utilize technology and infrastructure to improve on research practice and education. So you find that if you're using learning management systems, journal publishing systems, institutional repositories, you're looking at how to improve automation for your journal publications, etc. That kind of, those kind of areas is where we work by providing enabling technologies, infrastructure, and capacity building for librarians on how to best utilize these technologies. So, in the summary, the outline of what we're going to sort of do today is kind of look at the global perception of how we are viewed outside.
In her remarks, the chairman of AULNU, Dr. Angela Okpala, urged members to ensure the availability of high-impact journals to researchers in all fields, adding that by so doing, researchers would be visible, their citation standard increase, and also enhance universities' ranking in the country. I am Ihaba Douglas for SOTV News.
Emerging technologies have come to stay. That is the point I want to make. AI has come to stay. That is the future. So it is better we embrace AI now, but ethically, just as he has mentioned, policies must be in place on how to use AI. Librarians, we are friends. We must not be left behind. And we must not all the time try to catch up. We must start now. AI has come to stay. Even the data that AI is generating, who are the people feeding in those data? You must also be responsible in creating data.
The association is there to defend the interests of librarianship in Nigeria. So our professional colleagues and us always meet to look at issues regarding policy or library development, especially university libraries. So we normally advise government where necessary and also review what government has done for us, and it has been doing very well for the past 30 years or so. AI is very new and modern, and we are adopting it. But since we're embracing it and we're adopting it, we really want to ensure that we are careful in terms of adopting it, because we don't want to rely 100% on AI. We want really whereby we have it as a guide and a support always.
So far so good. Anytime we have a occasion like this, all university librarians across the country, we converge here and we discuss the pros and cons of librarianship. And this is the best forum for us to discuss issues related to librarianship. And here, everybody that comes here, you go home with something to present your visits. That's what make our visits to sponsor most of us to this conference.
And the presenter talked about the institutional repository, that not only having it visible in the virtual space, but there is a need for each institution to ensure that traffic is being driven towards this repository and to increase the ranking of the university. He gave us some insight on how we can use the EIR, institutional repositories, to increase the ranking of our institution. And part of what he mentioned is attaching a DOI to each article that emanates from our institution, which is part of what goes into the institutional repository. And another things that he presented about the use of the emerging technology, specifically AI, to enhance our work as knowledge managers, university librarians in our different institutions.
We are just starting off, and my presence here, I'm going to take a lot from it because we don't even have a repository yet. We're in the process of doing that, and with my connection with the Eco Connect, I know that we are going to go a long way. We have already started interacting with them, and they are giving us a lot of promises. And I know that for them to say Nigeria or Africa is very backward in terms of our publication is something that really hit me hard. And I know that with this conference, we'll be able to make a great impact towards my university.
We are being challenged to go and be proactive in making libraries more relevant to our users so that our impact can be felt in our various institutions. The thing is to create that awareness of the importance of AI in service delivery in the library. That is the first point. And by the time that awareness is created, then we deploy it in providing more effective services to our users.
The conference, or it was tag meeting, this is more than meeting. This is a real workshop where librarians from all walks of life come to learn new things about information technology, the way the library be moved up and be able to serve not only their locality but the whole world. AI has come to stay. It comes to enhance the work of Liberia. It comes to enhance how Liberia disseminates information to the client, and it has to enhance the learning process of the student or users of the library, because AI has come to add additional assistance to the librarian as well as the users of the library.
But today we started with a teaching, a research work on technology. And we also had a session of workshop, how the institution, how the librarian can help the institution to be available and accessible, open to the world with information they assimilate and accumulate. You know, many people, or especially the research that comes from the institution, is not seen, is not heard, and that makes the work of the librarian more urban. But today, we've learned that we have to be connected to Eco Connector that will help us to build the repository of the university and the data that will accumulate from the collections. And from there, the university not only will be utilized, the resource will be utilized in the university system, and not only that, at a nationwide.
The reason for this is that even though the research is being placed in databases, local infrastructure, the way that our infrastructure is designed does not allow it to be seen properly by the international community. And as a result of that, it leads to this false impression around the globe that very little research is actually being undertaken in Nigeria, which is not true. So the idea of this research was to identify some of the issues and technical challenges that need to be resolved to address this issue and make our research outputs more visible?
Librarians really have to stand up to the challenge. That the librarians need to find out those high impact journals, open access journals in different fields, especially for their researchers, so that the researchers will be visible. This is the only way that we can help our researchers to be found and to increase their citation metrics and also enhance our university rankings. So that is the future. And considering our even today's economic situation, most of them cannot even afford to buy textbooks. So when we go open, people will be able to have access to quality resources in the first instance. And it has several other advantages, such as visibility.